don't marry a guy that does not have spark in his eyes. Don't marry a guy that is not hungry for success, hungry for greatness.
Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. I am Chidi Akunna.
And I am Victor Akunna.
Okay, so for a lady sitting there and wondering, I keep calling him and he never takes my calls and he doesn't even return them. Why? So we have provided you 5 reasons for you to consider. You know, there's an African proverb that says, he who asks questions never misses his path. Okay, so it's a good thing if you're asking that question, and this is just for you to take this on board and do a soul search. What can I improve on? What is it I am not doing right? Or what aspect of me do I need to work on?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
And sometimes, even after you've done a good soul search, you may find out that it has nothing to do with you. He may have some personal issues, may be in his face, where he might try to, deal with 1 or 2 things. So stay tuned and watch what we're going to share.
Okay, so the first reason is he probably thinks you're a distraction. We're going to try as much as possible to be sensitive with this one.
Absolutely.
Because you might be sitting down there and thinking, oh, well, I'm doing everything in his best interest. This is me wanting to make the relationship work. This is me trying to reach out, maybe to encourage him to speak if he's probably shy, like some men are, or just to encourage some conversation. But it is something you need to consider. Is it possible that he thinks you're a distraction?
Absolutely.
And in saying this, that means your interests and his do not align. Okay? Yeah. You probably think, okay, we have like interests here. Have you communicated that? Or are you not communicating it enough? Okay?
So sometimes the thing about guys is we can be tunnel vision when we're trying to achieve something. So whatever or whoever does not contribute to that focus or to that vision, it's seen as a distraction. It doesn't mean that person does not have value. So it just is that you are pulling him away from what he's trying to accomplish. So one good way to tackle that is to talk in terms of his best interests. All right, people like to listen about themselves. People are naturally selfish. There's something we used to say that most people are connected to a what you call a radio station that is called WIIFM. What is innate for me?
Yes.
All right, so if you speak in terms of other people's interests or in terms of his interest as regarding that project that is chasing, you probably see you more as not as a distraction but as an addition. So it's especially at the beginning when you're trying to know someone, you don't really know, he has not taken time to check you out to know the value you're going to add. So at that point, about positioning yourself, doesn't mean you're chasing him, but you need to communicate in terms of his value, or in terms of his values, in terms of what he's chasing, in terms of his objectives, and that's probably going to shift you away from that list of being a distraction to an attraction.
Okay, and that leads us to our second point, which is that your worth is probably not obvious. Okay, you know what we're talking about interest. He mentioned value partly, and that's you showing I have something I can contribute to you. Okay, I am an addition to you. I can help improve an aspect of your life. You see, and this is for that lady who's come to that point where you know that it's in a relationship. It's not just about take. It's about what you can contribute as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so people are attracted to people who make inputs in their life somehow. So is your worth obvious? And when we say obvious, sometimes you have those good things about you and they're dormant. Okay, now one way for someone who is a bit introverted, for a lady who is a bit introverted, you know you're loaded, but you kind of you leave it subdued, and you probably don't let it shine. So you might need to talk a bit. This is you trying to get out of your comfort zone. Things won't happen. Some radical things will happen if you stay in your comfort zone. Absolutely. So you need this relationship to work. You need him to know I've got something to offer.
Yes.
You need to do some talking more than you would normally do. Let him know, communicate some things. Let him know that I can help you here. Or maybe if you think for someone who is introverted, you may be thinking I don't want to front myself. But you can let him know. Oh, okay, I've handled this project. He will start thinking, oh, okay, she might be able to help me in this aspect.
All right, to make this practical, when I met her for the first time, how did I see the value that she added? First time I went to pay her a visit, I think that was many years ago before we got started a relationship. I got into her room, she had a friend that was also in her room, and I noticed she had a pack of books. I was like, wow, okay, this person is interested in developing her mind. This person is interested in growing herself. Because at the end of the day, because that's one of my own interests, that's why we were saying it's very good for you to communicate in terms of his interests.
Yeah.
So that was my interest. I was chasing something in the future, and I knew that the only way to get there is through self-development. So to see another lady who was also interested in self-development caught my attention. So I knew automatically she would add value. And then when we started dating, when we progressed to the level of courtship, when we were talking about visions, things we want to do, the contributions she was bringing to the table were phenomenal. It couldn't be. I couldn't sweep them under the carpet. So automatically I knew that okay, I was getting a good deal, because there is no way people will know your value if you don't communicate it. That's why I agree with what she said.
Yeah.
Communicate your value. People cannot read minds. People cannot read talent.
Yeah.
The talent needs to manifest. The talent needs to be shown forth for people to see and then celebrate. People don't celebrate something that is hidden. People don't celebrate something that is hidden.
I like that.
So you need to show up what you have. All right. So for the guy to see, you might say, if you love me, you're gonna chase me anyhow. Yes, that's good. But at the beginning, he doesn't know you.
Yes.
So he cannot celebrate what he doesn't know.
Yes.
All right. So that's very, very critical point. Yeah.
And sometimes this is where we kind of get it mixed up. In the workplace, you would want to show yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't get promoted.
Absolutely.
You would it doesn't matter how meek or your personality. You would want them to know, oh, I did this, I did that, I hit this target. Okay, because what it helps you get up. It helps you climb the ladder.
Absolutely.
So sometimes when it comes to relationship, we kind of feel, this is not really important.
Yeah.
Now, this is not like you throwing yourself out there. This is me showing that I've got value.
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
If I don't show it, he will never know.
Yes.
And I would have missed the opportunity and then live in regret. Why regret that?
And this also happens the other way around. As a guy to a lady. If as a guy, you're chasing a lady and she's feeling like, oh, maybe she's not seeing the value you're bringing. Maybe she's seeing that you're only coming to her for what you can get. Maybe you can communicate something. All right, like they say, ladies are moved by what they hear.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs to hear you communicate where she's going, where both of you are going together. If she gives you a chance, because come to think of it, the word life partner, it's not project partner.
That's right.
Project has an end. You just end, everybody moves.
Yeah.
Life partner, somebody you're going to travel the rest of your life with, somebody you're going to show off to the world, somebody you're going to have children with for the next 50 generations to come, somebody you're going to tie your family with for the rest of your life. People want to be sure that they're making the right call. All right, so prove that she's making the right call, and then you have a lot of things easy for yourself.
Okay, ladies, get your men to watch this. He just dropped some nuggets.
Yeah.
Okay, the third point is that he probably thinks you're an option.
Yes.
In a case like this, it's not your fault. It's just him. This is him thinking you're an option. So it means that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of fishes in the water.
Absolutely.
Okay, and
Absolutely.
it's not for you to begin to compete for your place there. But you see, if you then apply what we said earlier, presenting your worth, presenting your values, showing yourself as someone who's got something to offer, you catch his attention. Okay, without even having to compete with anyone. You don't have to compete with anyone.
Absolutely.
Okay, but this is you showing I've got something to improve your life, mister. Come on, look this way.
So how did that work out for us?
Yeah.
All right. So when I was planning to get married, I started looking at a lot of ladies around me that were in my inner circle, because that's what most people would do. Begin to look at, I remember in those days, the moment I see a lady and we are getting talking, I had a criteria, I had a list, I'll just check, okay, does she tick this box, tick this box. It's just an unconscious thing you just do, because that was what was paramount on my mind at that time. And what is paramount to your mind is what you think about most of the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to get married, I had a target, I had a specific time frame, I wanted to get married. So the first thing to do is to begin to prepare yourself to be a husband. Second thing, begin to look for the kind of lady you're looking for. So I was in the market, in quotes, all right, looking for a lady that I would like to ask out. And then she was my friend. I didn't think of her as a wife I'm going to get married. But one thing happened. As I was, approaching different ladies, I get to meet them and say, I like her, but I don't think she fits what I'm looking for. Okay, I like her, but she doesn't fit. Some of them didn't quite work out. probably they didn't quite like me, so that was fine, because when you're looking out for someone, it's about two people. It's not just you looking. She is also looking because she's also trying to make a decision. And then one day it just dawned on me, some of you have been watching our videos to probably know this story. And I said to myself, this lady that is this, and myself when I'm around her, does she even have the qualities I want in a wife? Like they say, the rest is history.
The rest is history. And I stole your heart forever. Or was it mine you stole?
Yeah, I was stealing each other's hearts.
Okay, so that's you positioning yourself as someone. Yes, there are options. You always have a lot of people out there to consider. It might just be in that phase.
Yes.
And probably that's why he's not taking your calls. He's taking some other calls. Okay, so one other option is point is he's overwhelmed. Sometimes, do you know, ladies think they're the only ones who get overwhelmed when it comes to issues of relationship. Okay, men get overwhelmed too.
Absolutely.
They're like, oh, do you know what, this thing, I've been talking to a lot of women, I've been looking for, where do you even find good women? And they're asking, and they're just like, do you know what, I'm done. So it's like, he started talking to you before he started getting that feeling. And all of a sudden, he stops calling you and you're now calling and he's not even returning your call because he just feels overwhelmed by the whole thing. Okay, and another way of looking at it is it depends on the phase of life he's in.
Good point.
Sometimes men, they say women are we know how to multitask. Okay, men don't really know how to do that. So when they're faced with kind of an aspect of their life that is not working or they're kind of troubled about, they tend to like give their focus to that thing, like he was saying, their tunnel vision. So they give their attention to that. But with ladies, you find that, with that, I mean, and naturally we love relationship. It helps us. We want to talk when we're stressed. That's how we relieve stress. But for a man, he's not wired like that. So he might be going through something. He might just have a lot of things to take care of, and he's just retreated.
Absolutely.
Which sometimes you find some men do. Okay, they just retreat to recharge.
Absolutely.
And then come out. So in a case like that, I don't know. Yes, maybe you try calling again, but be patient. Don't just go barraging him with calls.
Yes. So that means in this case, it's not about you. It's not something you are doing wrong. It's the phase of life he is at. Now, how did that work out for us? I remember when I left what we call National Youth Service 20 years ago. Because we are not just sharing things that we are not just talking about things that we're not practicing. This is something we've lived out. I remember when I was serving, I was what we call National Youth Service back home, back in Africa then. And then I left the service and I needed to get a job. The last thing on my mind was relationship. And so when people are asking me, Alpha, when are you going to marry? I just looked at them as, guys, this is the last thing on my mind. So sometimes I need to know the way forward. I need to earn an income. I need to begin to think about how to, support my family. I need to begin to find a way to make contribution. I need to find a way to fulfill purpose. Many things was on my mind. So now, setting all that aside and go after one lady because I didn't have that, and I needed to put that energy within first. Because I had this concept that if you don't know yourself, you shouldn't be bringing another lady to come and, make the chaos in your life. You need to have some form of clarity, some of direction. Whatever the lady is going to come to join you to do, that has to be clear. No company recruits people and I say, by the way, what are we going to do? They have a job description, they have something they need to do, then they will go and look for who will fit in that role. And that's the mindset I have probably because of my background in human resources. So if I don't have clarity about my purpose, about things I need to do in my life, what am I looking for a lady for? What's she coming to do? We'll be talking about and looking at each other's face. No. So my focus was about I need to get clarity. So when I started gaining some form of clarity, started having some form of stability, then I started thinking about ladies. Yeah, that's when not ladies and ladies, but that's when I started thinking about now making conscious decision to settle down with someone. All right, then the search began. All right, so that's very important.
I just spoke Chidi actually. Okay, so the last one, the fifth reason is he probably thinks you deflate his positive vibe.
Yes. Yeah.
You deflate his positive vibe, and this is something you need to look into, look inwards. with something like this. Now, some people, I don't know if it's right to say, but some people don't realize they come across negative. Yeah. So someone, especially for people who are, when someone is that phase where he's trying to achieve something big,
yes,
and it requires the whole faith he's got in him and more. Right? He even needs to know that, oh, come on, you can do it. All the encouragement, all the support. And then he probably shares it with you. And you're like, that's going to take you many years to achieve.
Yeah.
So a statement like that can deflate someone's positive
absolutely
vibes. So you carry on like that, doing, saying similar things, I mean, in different ways, not exactly the way I put it. You know, it could get to that point where the person thinks, I need to avoid this lady. She's not doing it for me. She doesn't encourage me.
Absolutely.
You know, she doesn't let the spark come through. You know, I need to do something big. I need all the courage. I need all the energy for it. All the support, but she just deflates it.
Many years ago, I attended a singles program, and one of the speakers I was invited, Dr. Chris Williams, he made a comment that I've never forgotten. This many years ago. He said, "Don't marry a guy that does not have spark in his eyes. Don't marry a guy that is not hungry for success, hungry for greatness." Now, if you have such guys, someone who has something powerful that is chasing, the thing about those kind of guys is that they are conscious about their environment, because you cannot rise above your environment. By your environment, I mean the people you surround yourself with. Because according to Charles Jones, he said, who you listen to and the books you read define your future, define the next 5 years, the next 10 years. Who you listen to and who the books you read define your future. So if a guy is a focused guy, is a driven guy, and then anytime he calls you, it feels like he loses the energy, the drive to get big things done, because there's a certain state, mental state, emotional state you need to be in to achieve great vision, especially if something you've never done before. You need to rise to a certain level. So anytime he calls you, it feels deflated, it feels like nothing is working, it feels negative. You deflate him with energy without you knowing. That's not your intention. It's just that this is how you've been. Anytime you call, oh, this country is not working out, oh, this person did this to you, and that's all. So he's like your therapist. No, he's not supposed to be a therapist at this stage. Maybe when you get married, yeah, you can deal with that. But at this stage, you are supposed to be there to support each other's dream, to put positive vibes. When he sees you, see, there's something about love. It's a strange thing, strange. All right, you might be so tired, you've worked so hard all day, and then you hear the voice of the person you love. There's a certain energy that comes from within, and you'll be amazed where you got that energy from. If it doesn't happen for him, anytime you call him, he's going to see you as something negative that he's going to avoid. He's going to see you as somebody, and it has nothing to do with him being mean. He's just trying to protect his future. And so, don't be that person.
You when you were talking, an idea came to me, because sometimes I think people do this unknowingly. Like for the lady now, you might be going through a phase yourself, and so all you want to do is talk to him. You know, when you've talked about him being a therapist, okay, all you want to do is talk to him because he's like the closest person to you, okay, at that time. So you just want to pour your heart to someone, talk, and you don't realize that at a point he's encouraged, and you're not accepting the encouragement, you're not running with it. So he gets tired, he gets weary, like, for how long? You now wait, and he just wants to, shed the weight. So it's something you need to take into consideration.
Another key point is this: sometimes when some people don't have their own dream, and so, or they don't feel happy, they feel that for them to be happy, they need to be in another person's presence. You need to come to that point where you come from a place of wholeness. If you have watched some of our videos, we'll have mentioned this one. Come from a place of wholeness. Don't come from a place of neediness. Oh, I need you to complete me. Oh, if you're not in my life, oh, woe me. You're going to drain all the positive energy from him. No matter what it does for you, vice versa. Sometimes it can be a guy. It's to never be enough. So you need to be happy for yourself. You need to have joy in your own life. You need to have value. You need to have a sense of self-worth. Don't get into a relationship to feel like, now I'm not a big girl or I'm not a big guy. No, look at who I'm dating. I'm so sophisticated. No, have come from a place of worth. All right, and that comes. See, a good point is when people are negotiating, and you are negotiating with someone not about relationship now, maybe in business or something. The person that has the straightest point is someone that can walk away from the deal and be okay. Can you walk away from a relationship and feel okay? Then you are ready for a relationship. If you feel that your whole world is going to collapse because you feel that you are nothing without a relationship, I don't think you're ready, because you need to come from a place of wholeness, emotional health, for you to be ready.
It will hurt. It will hurt that
Yes.
you live in the relationship, but you're not making it your life about it.
Yes, very important.
Okay, so we've shared 5 reasons he might not be returning your calls. Get on this one. Get your guys to watch this as well.
Please
because we
send
shared
it.
some things that would be of relevance
Absolutely.
to them. Okay?
Send it to
Don't
your
just
friends.
watch it alone, okay?
Yeah.
And share this video with your friends.
Yeah.
If you've got other points you think we've not touched on, leave them in the comment section.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to read from you. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Alright? Foundation for Family Affairs, don't forget.
Absolutely. And we want to also make this input quickly. Now, if you're a single lady, you are in a relationship, you're not sure where it's going, you want someone to talk to you, to help you shape to know the right choices, alright? Send us an email at
info@foundationforfamilyaffairs.org. Or you just need to click on the link under this video and we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Alright, until we come your way again, it's goodbye from us.